Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of James Bond Bitcoin Live. 00123 or 00123. Hashtag Gluttony. Boy, what a title. Anyways, let me go over the note section real quick. I'll talk about whatever I'm talking about today. So in the note section, I have James Bond Trading View, which is my proprietary top secret formula that I use to come up with some coins for you to short or to dump to get more Bitcoins. So it's a list of top 55 coins and tokens compared to Bitcoin percentage and all-time high flagged for shorts. I got a new list. I'll be going over that today. Also in the note section is SEC files fraud charges against ICO organizer. This is some good information. Apparently, there is some people out there who are, I guess, repeat offenders and just love to abuse the system. And then also in the note section is, this is Cantor Fitzgerald's second foray into crypto. The first did not end well. Kind of related to the whole recidivist theme here. And then also in the notes section, just let me make sure I'm still streaming live. Yep. So also in the notes section, I have CryptoKitties is totally wrecking Ethereum network. CryptoKitties. I guess it's noteworthy now or newsworthy. I'll talk about that a little bit. CryptoKitties, if you don't know what that is the new rage on the Ethereum platform, the ERC 271 tokens, or I should say the non-fungible tokens. All right. And then also in the note section, I have Spay Your Kittens. And it's I guess a document from Spay USA that I found. I'm going to share that because that's going to be very relevant to CryptoKitties. All right. Also, the promise and regulatory challenge of physical Bitcoins. That's from Bitcoin Magazine. It talks about how what the promise and regulatory challenge of physical Bitcoins. Yes, physical Bitcoins. They talk about capacious coins, open dime, paper wallets, and how you can, I guess you could say, burn or issue Bitcoins physically, tie it to a physical object in the real world. What I like about the article, it talks about tying a Bitcoin to an actual currency. Now, I'll try to explain that a little bit, and I'll give you some ideas of how maybe I would do it. It all hinges on whether you want to be a central issuer or whether you could have it somehow in a non-centralized issuance, how you can make Bitcoins physical, how you can turn something that is obviously not physical, not real, not something you can touch, smell, or whatever, how you could take a Bitcoin and bring it out into physical reality and tie it to an object in the physical world. I think that's an interesting concept to play with. It's a form of technology that doesn't require any programming because I believe all the tools to do that are available right now. I'll go over that. And related to that is Bitcoin Signature Verifier by coining.com. And then Bitcoin Signature Tool, reinproject.org. I wouldn't recommend using Bitcoin Signature Tool because you need to provide your private key. I think Coinami has a sign verify message function in your Coinami wallet. I think the full node QT Bitcoin wallet also has that function. But I'm just put that there just for visual and tutorial purposes. I wouldn't recommend providing your private key to make, well, I wouldn't recommend providing your private key to sign a message and online, okay, online. But when you do click on the link, it already comes with a private key and a address that someone else is already using. But I'm just gonna, again, do not use it. I'm just using it for tutorial and visual purposes for you. And then also in the notes section, CryptoGraffiti.info. I think I found something. I found a site that you can use your Bitcoin Cash for. Related to, again, how you can physically tie a physical object, or you can take a physical object and tie your Bitcoins to it. And CryptoGraffiti, new blockchain message. Did you know you can put a message or data onto the blockchain other than, you know, the transaction itself? You could put a picture, you could put text into it. Anyways, one of the things I was thinking about on how you can tie a physical object to your Bitcoins. So you could actually tie your Bitcoin to an actual physical object. All right. So anyways, let's go on to the notes section here real quick. Also, last but not least in the notes section is Bitcoin Cash trading. So I'll be talking about this. So tomorrow, or right now, today, I should say, it depends where you are, Bitstamp will enable Bitcoin Cash trading. So we might get a better idea of what the real price of the picture, I'm sorry, the real price of Bitcoin Cash is going to be. And so we could talk about that, okay? And then, of course, also in the notes section is Coinspectator, real-time cryptocurrency news aggregator. This is partitioned off in the notes section here. Crypto Panic is a news aggregator platform indicating impact on price and market for traders and cryptocurrency enthusiasts. And then Crypto King. These are all news aggregators. I have that down there for you so you can keep up to date on all the things that is happening in the crypto world, especially with Bitcoin, because things are going to get really exciting. And then next in the note section that I partitioned off, if you notice, there's no Bitcoin Silver. So I've given up hope that there's some gullible fool out there that's going to run with Bitcoin Silver, which was a joke. All right. It was a joke form started, and hopefully no one actually made a joke meme out of it and a joke fork out of it, or a real fork out of the joke fork. So that's gone. I still left the "it's time to stop" meme. It's time to stop, everybody. It's time to stop with these hard forks, all right? I still have Bitcoin Platinum. Bitcoin Platinum was a joke. It was a joke, everyone. If you read through the post, all right, in the forum, it was a joke. But some gullible fool picked up on it and ran with it. So I have the original bitcointalk.org link to the forum post. And then I have a link to the actual fork or potential fork, bitcoinplatinum.github.io. And Bitcoin Uranium. So that's not supposedly, I'll leave that on because it's supposed to happen on the 31st, because they misspelled the, I don't know if they misspelled it, but 31st and then TH at the end. So 31st, Bitcoin Uranium. Let's see if any gullible fool will pick up on that. And then Bitcoin Cash Plus, which is supposed to happen on January the 2nd, I believe. Bitcoin Classic. Bitcoin Classic. Gotta say it that way like Sean Connery. That, well, I don't, that is a fork, but it's a continuation of a fork. It was Bitcoin Cash, and then they forked like again to address their difficulty adjustment, and then potentially they'll fork 2 more times in the future. But Bitcoin Classic is a continuation of that hard fork, so it technically is a fork, but it's really not a fork because it's a continuation of a fork. Interesting. And then SegWit2x, the fake SegWit2x. The real SegWit2x couldn't even initialize and implement itself, so people decided to make a fake SegWit2x that hard forked on the original block height. So far, a snapshot should have been taken. Whether it's real or not, I don't know. They have a website. Who knows? Who knows? Anyways, let's go on. And then Super Bitcoin. Yes, Super Bitcoin. Dun 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 dun. Dun. All right, Super Bitcoin. That is supposed to be December 15th, maybe December 17th, somewhere around there. I think it's what, 40, 48, 88, 88 or something like that. That's the block height. Did a review on that. Bitcoin Diamond, originally from the bitcointalk.org forum. This Bitcoin Diamond BID hard forked on the 22nd, supposedly. It was some kind of proof of work, proof of stake with 4 billion coins. I still can't find this ticker symbol anywhere. I don't know if it's really real, but there is a site for it. And then Bitcoin Diamond BCD, that hard forked on the November 24th, the one that's supposed to have 10 Bitcoin diamonds for every 1 Bitcoin that you have. This also hard forked on the 24th with a snapshot. So it's trading. It seems to have futures, so it could be real. Mainnet is not live yet, and no wallet to be found. So watch out. Don't be in a hurry to rush. Don't rush on any of these hard forks. Wait until there's actually something concrete. And even then, wait on a reputable wallet, okay, that you can trust, that won't steal your Bitcoin. And also Lightning Bitcoin, ticker symbol LBTC. And I make a little joke in that. If they had Lightning Bitcoin and Bitcoin Gold, all of a sudden, you know, decide to collude and collaborate, and they make a Lightning Gold Bitcoin, their ticker symbol could be LGBTC. I'm looking forward to that one. That one's gonna be a funny one. Anyway, but Lightning Bitcoin, I did a quick review on that a couple I don't know, a couple episodes, 2 episodes ago. Combination of a delegated proof of stake with 21 million coins, no pre-mine, but proof of stake. Essentially, from what I could tell, it seems to be nothing more than literally Lightning nodes, no mining whatsoever, proof of stake or delegated proof of stake, whatever that means. Anyways, I have the link to that. Check it out. And let me see, that's going to happen on December 23rd. And because there's no real mining, right? There's no real mining. It's basically proof of stake. You're running nodes. The mainnet will go live on the 24th? No, 25th. I think they're going to it's going to go live on the 25th. So go figure. Interesting. And then I have a list of airdrops. Last update, October 29th, but I think they update every day. This is the last time I was there. CryptoKitties.com/airdrop. Just for those people who love to receive money falling from the sky. Also in the notes section, partitioned off here, is some useful website, SegWit charts, Coin Codex, a listing platform, Live Coin Watch, another listing platform, CoinGecko, another listing platform, BitInfo Charts, also another listing platform with more fundamental analysis like hashing power, hashing rate, block times, transactions, all that good stuff. Also in the notes is Joho's mempool statistics, a very useful graphical interface of the mempool, Bitcoin mempool, but they also have Bitcoin Cash mempool. And then Salome.io, this is another listing platform that measures social volume. Right now it measures Reddit and Twitter against cryptocurrencies, and it does show the price, but it also shows the social volume and percentage change of the social volume, which I would call social engineering. So you know when a coin is being pumped. Transaction accelerator, if you need it, you probably don't. And then also Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash hash rate historical chart 6 months. Keep an eye on that. That should tell you whether what chain is more valuable than the other. All right. Also in the notes section, partitioned off is can Bitcoin be replaced via multiple hard forks? James Bond interview on Crush the Street, published November 9th, interviewed November 7th. Check it out. I say some very interesting things. And then collecting your free Bitcoin gold. Please tell me by now you're able to split your Bitcoin gold relatively very easy using Coinami. Please tell me. All right. If you use something else like my BTG wallet, I think you screwed yourself. All right. And then if you are still confused, I made a how-to video, tutorial video, how to split Bitcoin Gold BTG01. And then also in the notes section is mnemonic code converter, Coinami.com, has a web based recovery phrase tool. It also generates new wallets for you if you need to. But if you pick the coin that you want, which is Bitcoin Gold, that way you don't have to download the Coinami wallet, or if you can't download the Coinami wallet, you can use the mnemonic code converter. I also have a link to Bitcoin Gold, but I'd be careful about going there because they may have a virus on their website that's going to steal all your Bitcoins. All right. Also in the notes section, partitioned off, if for any reason that you watched my video and you saw an ad or a commercial about someone talking about BitConnect, which is a Ponzi, let's face it. If you've seen like someone like Craig Grant or his mistress, Juliana, talking about how they became so rich using BitConnect, which I think is I really don't believe that he's as rich as he says he is. But if you're interested in it and you want to get into BitConnect, you might want to read this first. And if you still want to get into BitConnect, then I'm okay with that. Why has ICO Index labeled BitConnect as an outright fraud? Notice regarding high yield coins on top of BitConnect. What is BitConnect and why have we decided to distance ourselves from it? And just to top it off, James Bond Bitcoin Live 0017. I interview 3 BitConnect users. Pretty shady people, if you ask me. 2 of them rage quit. One of them was stupid enough to stick around to tell you where you could find him. The 4th guest was just a regular guest, not involved in BitConnect whatsoever, and even he could tell that BitConnect is a Ponzi. And then Ozzy the BS Filter made a special appearance. I wonder if he still believes that BitConnect is not a scam. Anyways. And so last part of the notes section that's been partitioned off, Gluttony's death. It's a video. It's a video theme for this video. You might want to check it out. And then hashtag yes2x92, the meme you're looking at. I have a link to that. I have a link to pot of gold. I think it's up to $100, but I need someone to donate into it. So if you want the 8th clue to the 8th word of the 24 word mnemonic seed. And I have the donational address there as well. Okay, excellent. All right, let's see who's all in the chat right now. All right, I don't see anybody in the chat. Maybe my thing is, oh, there you go. It's starting to populate. It's taking a while. Sorry about that. All right, let's take a look. Oh my goodness, it's scrolling now. Oh, someone says plus 420. All right, let's see who's in the chat. Tomcat, how you doing? My name is Craig Grant. This is my Bitcoin wallet. How you doing? Welcome back. Oh, dual overhead camness. I sell stray cats to my local city work. Okay. Uh, oh my God, I forgot your real name. Gosh. But Molinix, gosh, sorry I forgot your real name. But I bought his book. It's actually around here somewhere. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, sorry. I forgot your name. I'm sorry about that. But I bought his book. Wonderful book. I haven't read it, but I got you to sign it and send it to me, and you got me to give up my Bitcoin. You're probably a filthy rich man selling all your books for Bitcoin. All right. Brian, how you doing, Brian? Good to see you. And 21 Million Club. Oh, okay. 21 Million Club says that apparently there's a Bitcoin Rhodium with 21 million coins. Yeah, there's probably some kind of joke meme or a joke form or joke hard fork, and I bet you some gullible person picked up on it and is now going to make a hard fork on it. All right, Richie Rich, good to see you. X Games, how you doing? Welcome to the chat. This is the first time I've seen you here. And the famous cryptocurrencies, cheers to you as well. And Julie G, how you doing? All right, does cold storage, 21 million is asking, does cold storage mean I have to put my Bitcoins inside the freezer? Well, you know what? Oddly enough, you could probably tie or link your Bitcoin to a freezer. All right. I think every freezer has a serial number, if I'm not mistaken. And if you can link that serial number to the Bitcoins, your freezer becomes the Bitcoin. So yeah, it can become cold storage. Crypto Cotter, welcome to the live chat. Pisces Traits Rules 373. It's been a long time. How you doing? All right. Okay, so welcome everybody in the chat. Have a good time in the chat, and thanks for stopping in and being a part of the live stream. Thank you very much. So here you go. here's a meme for today. Hungry recidivist. You know, when I saw that word, I said, what does a recidivist? What is a recidivist? And recidivist is someone who just repeatedly commits the same crime over and over and over again. And so they must be a hungry recidivist, because obviously the meme here and the theme for this show is I'll be talking about all the repeat offenders of this cryptocurrency space. Ethereum is a hungry recidivist. Let me see. Let's go on here. Let's see what's next here. Oh, sorry for the bright white screen. All right, so here it is. Okay, Bitcoin pot of gold. So here's the Bitcoin pot of gold. Everyone, please donate to the Bitcoin pot of gold so one of you can become filthy rich with Bitcoin. Isn't that a great scam? Everybody donates and only one person gets rich. That seems to be like the thing around here. That's the way everyone gets rich. Buy Bitcoins. Welcome to the live chat there. The QR code and the arrow that's pointing to the Bitcoin pot of gold, that's the donational address in the QR format. Please take your wallet and go ahead and scan it and send all, and then high priority, and then send. The QR code on the right is the encrypted private key. If you're good with passwords, go ahead and scan that with your wallet. If you have a SegWit wallet, it helps because this is a SegWit address. Otherwise, you have to extract the private key from the encrypted private key by cracking the password, and then you most likely have to use a Bitcoin sender, and that will, you know, sweep the Bitcoins out of here. Anyways, the QR code down in the middle, which is if you use a regular barcode scanner, that will take you to Yellow Fever for You and his channel. And he's the one that gave me this idea. So hopefully one lucky winner, one very, very lucky winner will win all this money. So go ahead and just donate. I need one person to donate so I can give the 8th clue, or 10 people donate and I'll give you the 8th clue. Anyways, it's up to $100. I'm trying to do an increments of $10, but the price just keeps going up. So anyways, 8th clue, 8th word to the 24-word mnemonic seed, and you can figure out the rest of it if you can, or you could just let it go up to like as much money as you want, and then one person will be a lucky winner. All right, so this is the bond trading view. This is on-chain FX or OCFX. It's customized to the view that I want it, and it is the bond trading view, as you see right here, affectionately named bond trading view. Now, this view created by James Bond Bitcoin Live, and it's the list of top 55 coins and tokens compared to Bitcoin percentage and all-time high, flagged for shorts. And this is my short list. This is my new list here. I update it every day to help you guys out so you guys can make more Bitcoin. Well, maybe not you guys, because probably if you're watching my show, you probably most likely just hodl Bitcoin. So you're probably already in good condition and you made tremendous amounts of money just by trying to hodl your Bitcoin. So if you're doing that, you're probably doing great. But if you're an altcoin trader, let me help you make some more Bitcoin. All right, let me help you make some more Bitcoin. So these are my flagged for shorts. So the top here is by higher priority. The bottom is lower priority. Let me see if I switch this to Bitcoin. Let's see how it looks. There you go. I'll switch it back to US dollars just to keep it nice and simple. So I don't know if I'll go over that. Maybe I'll just talk about it. But I got a lot of stuff that I'd like to talk about. All right. So first thing I like to talk about is SEC files fraud charges against ICO organizer. So this, even though the SEC is a U.S. government entity, apparently they can just go all over the world and file charges against anyone all over the world. In this case, it's apparently Quebec. There is a Quebec-based company called Plex Corp. Dominic Lacroix, but I'll just call him Dominic Lacrime, and Sabrina Paradis Royer. Now, I think these people kind of have been. I think I've heard of these people. I think a lot of people have probably complained to the SEC, most likely, if not complained. Probably a lot of people have, filed complaints all over the place. Apparently, these people were literally just lying through their teeth, complete fraud, making outrageous accusations or making outrageous claims of over like 13,000% returns. And in reality, what they were doing is they were just taking your money and living a great life. They were decorating their home, probably buying Lambos at your expense, and all sorts of things that you probably don't appreciate, and probably that's why a lot of people ratted these people out. Anyways, there is the actual complaint down here on the bottom. You should read it. This is a guy that is a recidivist. He is a recidivist. He is a complete offender. Now, I could see why the SEC would want to go after this person, because literally this is an easy one. You literally cannot screw up on this. This is an easy conviction. This guy is a repeat offender. All he does is he makes outlandish claims and takes your money, and it's a scam. All right, it's outright fraud. So it's amazing that it took this long, but I guess the justice system, the long arm of the law, eventually will get you. And I think this is going to be a trend now. Of course, they're going to go after the most severe offender, So basically a 35 or 36-year-old guy with a 26-year-old woman running around with millions and millions of dollars, living the good life. That's pretty much what it was. So again, hungry recidivist. That's the theme for this show here. So let me go on to the next one here. You should all check this out if you haven't already. But this is probably the reason why you're seeing a slowdown in the ICO market. All right, and also the reason why you're seeing CryptoKitty take off. I'll get into CryptoKitty later on the Ethereum network here, but let me go on here. All right, this is Cantor Fitzgerald's second foray into crypto. The first did not end well. So everyone's always talking about how, Wall Street's coming. Well, Wall Street kind of has already been in here, and they kind of haven't done so well so far, especially Cantor Fitzgerald. If you know what Cantor Fitzgerald is, let me just read the first paragraph, and this should probably help you out. All right, let me see here. All right, so investment firm Cantor Fitzgerald announced a Bitcoin futures program set to launch in 2018. The news puts Cantor Fitzgerald on the long list of traditional money forces putting a bet on Bitcoin. But this isn't their first foray into cryptocurrencies. Back in 2015, one of its now former highest-ranking executives became involved in a high-profile cryptocurrency-powered project and ended up in court because of it. Do you know what project that was? Well, let's just scroll down a little bit. Oh goodness. Gaw Miners was once one of the largest figures in the Bitcoin mining space. However, by late 2015, it became clear that things weren't right with Gaw or its founders, Joshua Hermero Garza. Now, does anybody remember this? Well, I remember it. I was too busy trading peer-to-peer to be involved in this stuff, but a lot of crypto traders and probably some people in the space and maybe even some YouTubers got involved with this and they lost money. Paycoin. This is the coming of Paycoin. So this is pretty much what, I guess, a prelude to everything that you've been seeing so far with Ethereum, with the ICOs, and to some degree, maybe even the cloud mining services, also altcoins being generated. Now you're seeing a form of this, or a moderate or an evolution form of what everything Gal Miners, Garza, and Paycoin represents into these hard forks, essentially. Very good read, brings back memories. Again, the whole idea is hungry recidivist. These people are just hungry recidivist, and that's what's going to happen. Good read, bring back memories, good history. All right, so here you go. Another hungry recidivist. CryptoKitties is totally wrecking the Ethereum network. Oh my goodness. So this is nothing more than a game, quote unquote game, a useless game in my opinion. If you know what this is, CryptoKitties, I guess I'm going to talk about it now. It's newsworthy because this is, okay, I'm going to give my opinion here. This is nothing more than a pyramid scam. All right, CryptoKitties is nothing more than a pyramid scam. All right, and that's why it's hot. And that's why people are buying in early, because the longer you wait, the less money you will make. Most likely you'll lose money. And I got a diagram to show you. And it came from the Spay USA advertisement, or from the organization Spay USA. And the Spay USA knows that CryptoKitty pyramid scheme. All right. I'll get to that a little bit later, but let's talk about this. So if you're wondering what CryptoKitty was, CryptoKitties, a sort of online Tamagotchi breeding game built on top of Ethereum, is now the most used contract on the Ethereum network, making up about 12% of the network's transactions and climbing. And now its popularity is clogging up the network. Now, this is just a game. If you're wondering how it works or what it does, it's basically, this is not an ERC20 token, very similar to an ERC20 token, but more, this is a little different. This is an ERC721 token. It is a non-fungible token. In other words, each token that is created is not fungible with the other one because it's unique. All right, it's unique. So how do you get involved? Well, you have to buy one of these tokens. And the way it's set up, it is interesting. It's like breeding. Some tokens breed faster than other tokens. Now, those are probably the ones that are the most valuable. The tokens that breed, all right, or birth, basically are more valuable because the more tokens you can create, the more you can sell. And so it works like this. If somehow you were the original and you got some of these kitty tokens, and the characteristics of this kitty token, whatever it is, blue eyes, green eyes, yellow, but really the most valuable token is the one that has the shorter breeding time, because the shorter breeding time means you can make more tokens. And if you can make more tokens, you can sell more tokens. So those are the valuable. So once you got a token, it has a certain breeding time. Okay. What you want to do is hopefully you can match up with another token that has a shorter breeding time. Now, if you can genetically do this right, you could try to increase the breeding time by getting a short breeder and another short breeder, breed them. I don't know if they get any faster in breeding, but here's how it works. If you have a token, all right, if you have a CryptoKitty, and basically you want to breed with someone, and usually you want to breed, okay, this is another reason why you want a token that breeds very quickly, or births very quickly, or gives birth very quickly. If you, and the reason why you want to birth quickly is because time is of the essence, right? This is a new pyramid Ponzi scheme. So the earlier you get involved, the more money you will make. All right. So if you have a token, you need another token to make another token. You need another token, so you need 2 tokens to breed to make another token. Now, it only makes 1 token. So how it works is you want to breed with another token that can breed fast or is a fast breeder. And so there's 2 options on getting a new token. You can either, the option is you get together with someone who has a token, ideally someone who has a faster breeding token. And there's 2 options. The option is you breed, you pay to breed, all right? You pay the breed, and that person receives Ethereum for letting you breed with them, all right? The other option is you pay to breed, all right? You pay someone to breed with their token because they ideally a faster breeding token, and then you give them the Ethereum, but you get the token. You get the new generation of tokens. So you pay someone to breed, and then you receive the token, or you get paid to be bred with, right? And you get the Ethereum, and you give up the token. You give the token to the other person. So that's the whole thing about this. Now, where is the Ponzi? Where is the pyramid in all this? This seems like a fun game. It seems like a real Tamagotchi kind of fun kind of game. Well, apparently there's no money involved, all right? Other than expending gas to complete the contract, right, and then acquiring the token and breeding, there's no gas you have to spend to upkeep the kitten or feed the cat or groom the cat, right? It's just a viral kind of Ponzi pyramid, in my opinion. All right, now if this game, okay, if this game allowed you to spend gas in order to keep your crypto kitty alive, then I would say it's a game. All right, it's a game, and it's a pretty stupid game. Why would you spend money on keeping a crypto kitty alive? It's really stupid. So, but because you don't do that, and the whole purpose of this is to make new tokens, this is just another Ponzi, ICO schemish thing. This is why it's taken off. Okay, and so I'm gonna go on to the next thing here, and I'll show you a diagram proving that this crypto kitty is a Ponzi. Okay, you ready? I hope you're all ready. All right. All right. So this is an advertisement from Spay USA. Okay, Spay USA. This is solid proof that CryptoKitty is a Ponzi pyramid scheme. All right. Now, if you go up here, right, and you read this, here's what it says. It says, an unspayed female cat, her mate, and all their offspring, producing two litters per day, with 2.8 surviving kittens per litter, can total. And here's the numbers. Now, I want you to. Now, I'll just read it off, and I'll try to explain my point here. So in 1 year, you'll have 12 kittens, all right? The second year, as the kittens grow up, plus the 2 original kittens, right, or cats now, you'll have 67. And then as they grow up, right, and they're able to produce, this is just like Crypto Kittens, all right? Just like the game, there's going to be 376, right, kittens or cats. On the fourth generation. So think about just generation, and keep in mind, in Crypto Kitty, there's no time. I mean, other than the breeding time, they're ready to breed right away. All right, there's just so first generation, second generation, third generation. When you get to the fourth generation, you'll have 2,107 cats. Now you get to the fifth generation, And then you'll have 11,801 cats. Now you get to the 6th generation, you're going to get to 66,088 cats. The 7th generation, 370,092 cats. 8th generation, 2,072,514 cats. 9th generation, 11,606,077 cats. Now look at this diagram. That kind of looks like a pyramid, if you ask me. And if you look at, I mean, this isn't the exact numbers in which CryptoKitty is operating on, but you get the idea. And you can see, like, in the beginning, there's only like what? I don't know how many of the original generation 0 there are, but obviously the fact that there's less makes them more valuable. That's why people are paying money for them, right? But again, you want the cat, or you want the token that allows you to breed the fastest. That's the most valuable token, all right? Of course, as more and more, as each generation comes on, you're going to see that it's less and less valuable, that's what's going to happen. As more and more of these crypto kittens appear, and it won't take too long at this rate in which they're creating these tokens. So instead of an ICO token generated from, nothing, right? This Ponzi scheme allows the participants who buy into it to generate as many tokens. So a different Ponzi, a different pyramid, but the same old song. So this is coming from Spay USA. So Spay USA already knows that CryptoKitty is a scam. All right. So this is in the notes section. Check it out. Have fun with this. And you can see, you can kind of understand why, why CryptoKitties is popular. It's popular not because it's a cool game, or it's a fun game, or you can, tokenize real estate, you can tokenize your car, you can tokenize, nonsense. All right. There's other systems in place that work way better, cheaper, okay, and it works just fine. All right, it really does. This whole tokenize the world, tokenize land, tokenize real estate is all BS, people. The real purpose of the new ERC 721 tokens, non-fungible tokens, NFT tokens, is to make a pyramid and a Ponzi. So new investors, the original investors paid out by new investors. The new investors will now generate tokens to sell to newer investors to pay them off. And then the new investors will breed. But each time they do that, each time they go down on this list here. Each generation of new investors breeding their crypto kitties, the value of their kitties is going to go to crap, going to go down. And you see where this is going. Your crypto kitties are going to go, they're going to be worthless. There's going to be like a million of these by the 10th generation. So there you have it. Anyways, let me know what you all think in the comments or in the live in the live chat. Let me know. Okay, so all right. The promise and regulatory challenge of physical Bitcoins. So this is a very interesting article. I've always thought or played around with this idea of a physical Bitcoin. So physical Bitcoin, how can you take something that is obviously abstract, doesn't exist, it's digital, only exists in your mind, really. How can you make it physical? What does a physical Bitcoin look like? So far, people have attempted to do that. And right now, all the physical, making Bitcoin physical has come in kind of more or less one form, which is a private key and public key, private key and public key, you know, somehow on a physical item or hidden within a physical item. So you've seen cassatious coins, right, or minted coins that again have their public and private key on them or hidden within them. I think some artwork, crypto artists have done that. So Open Dime is probably the most unique out of all of those, in which a public key and a private key is obviously generated on the stick itself. And so the only way to get the private key is to break the circuit, and it reveals the private key. So it generates a public private key on the device itself, and to expose the private key, you have to break a circuit, and then in that case, it can be spent. But what's nice about physical Bitcoins, or quote unquote physical Bitcoins, is that you can just physically transfer them, and there is no transaction fee, right? You're just taking you're just more or less giving the private keys to one person to the next person, right? And so Open Dime kind of really solves that problem of, can you trust the person who gave it to you? Because if the private key was exposed to them, then, and to you and to the next person, then everyone knows the private key, you know. So Open Dime is probably the most useful. The cassatious coin, kinda, you would have to trust someone with, you know, you have to trust someone not to have a private key. Paper wallets are also the same way. So these are all things that have been played around. Maybe there's some real solutions, like you could time lock the address and really make it physical, or time lock it to infinity. The other option is burning the address. In other words, you generate a randomly public key and never know the private key, and just literally burn your Bitcoin to basically to an address. And so whoever holds that item, that physical object, is the bearer. But the problem is, what if you can counterfeit the physical object? Like, anyone can probably counterfeit a cassatious coin if they're, you know, if the value is high enough. So you can do that. Now, Igor Goldabin, how you doing? Welcome to the chat. So you can actually, you know, counterfeit a lot of this. Like the paper wallet, you can just reprint it out. And so how do you do this? Now, Open Dime, I think, solves a lot of it. The problem is, you know, you can lose the object. Now, my proposal is a little different, and I got the idea from reading it. Like, what if, now, and when I read this, what if, now I'm going to do it, I would do it a little bit differently. I would essentially become a Federal Reserve. I would be able to create money backed by Bitcoin. All right, I can actually create money backed by Bitcoin. Now, how would I do that? Well, in the article, it talks about taking existing crypto, right, or taking existing fiat money that is already kind of, you know, somewhat counterfeit proof, right? And instead of, you could take hundreds, you could take tens, you could take ones, and what you can do is, let me see here. Now, in the article, it says you burn your Bitcoin and use the serial number as on a US dollar. You could use a serial number, and then that $1 represents whatever Bitcoin. Like, if you put one Bitcoin on that $1, then all of a sudden that $1 is a physical Bitcoin. It's a physical representation of one Bitcoin. So whoever accepts this, and they would have to trust the issuer, you know, so that's the only thing. But you could essentially start issuing literally cryptocurrencies on top of using an existing fiat currency. So let me show you a little bit. So this is what I was thinking. Now, this isn't foolproof. It is centralized because I'll be issuing the crypto-backed US dollar. And so, but you can use a Bitcoin signature verifier. Now, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to show you how you can try to become a central bank on your own. There is risk. The risk is you become centralized. You're the issuer, so people will have to trust you, but you can start issuing your own currency backed by Bitcoin. All right, now this is a Bitcoin signature tool. When you go to it, I'll push refresh. It automatically has a private key. Now, this private key has already been, exposed many times. Matter of fact, if you go to this address, you'll see that people have been exposing it. It's, I think, what's it say? John was here. John was here address. All right, but I'm just going to go ahead and show it. I mean, it doesn't matter. This is just for demonstration purposes. I would not use this Bitcoin signature tool because you have to give up your private key. Coinomi in the wallet has a sign verify message in which you can use your own private key. All right, and I've used it and it works since Coinomi already has the app already has your private key in it. So but I would not go to this website. Again, I'm using this for visual purposes and tutorial purposes. Okay. And then okay, so you have a private key and you have a public address. So private key goes right here, which is already in here. When you go to this website, it already has this private key. Please do not use this wallet. Do not use this private key. It is for demonstration purposes only. And then here's your address. Address is right here. And this is where you put the message. All right. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this dollar with this serial number right here. And I'm going to essentially turn this dollar and $1 US and turn it into a Bitcoin. And you can kind of play with it and prove it that there's Bitcoin in there by signing and verifying it using this right here, this serial number. And now, is this real? Can you really do this? Do you really want to do this? I wouldn't think so. But just for fun, just for giggles and just for lulls, let's have some fun with this. Let's see if we can do this, okay? And I think you can. Would you really do this? Maybe. I'm just giving you an example that you can take something that is already kind of counterfeit proof and then use that physical object as a means to transferring Bitcoin from one person to another person, as long as they accept it, right? And they understand the risk. And the risk is that it is centralized. I am issuing it if I was to do it. But essentially, I'd be creating my own banking system. I'd be creating my own, currency. And so let's see here. B035. B035. And plus, I'm showing you how to sign a message, but please do not use this website. How to sign a message and how to verify a message. All right. If you don't know what that is already, B035427 42754F 54F, and I put a little dash $1. $1. Okay. And then I would simply sign the message right here. And this is just the tool and how it shows up, okay? There you go. So that's what it looks like. Sign message. So let's just copy this. I'm going to copy this, And I'm just going to use this tool here, the Bitcoin signature. It has a verify as well. And then I could just paste it. And you see right here, it says message verified to be from that address. Okay. And if you have a Bitcoin QT wallet, you have a sign verify message option as well. Most likely it will look like this. And so you'll put your address in here, your message in here, and this is your signature. So in the sign section here, what you have is right here, your message, your address, and this long thing is a signature. So you could probably put this signature and use permanent marker and put it on this one side of this dollar bill. You could probably put like a B, a Bitcoin symbol over this on one side, and then on the other side, you could probably in some kind of permanent marker put the signature and the address key, the public address, and the signature on it, and then you would essentially send Bitcoin to it, and then you essentially tied or turned a physical object into a physical representation of some kind of Bitcoin or Satoshis. You could be able to do that. Is it secure? Is it ideal? Probably not, but you know what? For fun, it's pretty funny. So this is just, I wouldn't recommend using this site. It is a website. You don't know who's looking or watching. So that's why I gave you the other website here, which is just a Bitcoin signature. What you could do is you could just take the address. So if someone had that $1 bill and they accepted that there's whatever X amount of money in here, and how would you be able to verify that there's really Bitcoin on here? Well, you would be able to look up the address, and you look at the message. You look at the message. So let's have some fun with this. So this would be the address, right? So you put the address in here, and the message. This is the message, serial number, and then the $1 serial number, and then $1 right here. And then finally, you would this is the signature, or you don't have to use an actual dollar bill. But the whole point of using a dollar bill is that it's hard to counterfeit, and plus, you could probably use some kind of that counterfeit ink, counterfeit marker to check if a dollar bill is counterfeit. But it doesn't have to be a dollar bill. It could be an actual object, something with a serial number, like a computer has a serial number unique to that computer. Maybe a VIN number of a car. You could tie a Bitcoin to a physical car using the VIN number. You could put the VIN number like in the message right here, and and put a sticker with the signature and the address, and you've tied a Bitcoin to a car, but you're the issuer. So it's not quite 100% foolproof, but you can have fun with it. You can use the car, and you can sell that car for the car value plus the Bitcoin value, and you physically have sold a physical Bitcoin. All right, you physically turned an object into a Bitcoin. So verified, say here verified. So if people wanted to verify, and then what you want to do is if you want to check this message verifies that dollar bill has Bitcoin in this wallet, and then of course you would send Bitcoin in that wallet. You wouldn't send it to this one, of course, but you would make your own address using your Bitcoin QT wallet, your Coinami wallet, whatever, another Bitcoin signer and verifier, something else that you could do offline. And essentially, anybody else who wanted to verify it could essentially verify that this $1 has how many ever Bitcoin that you sent to it. Now, can you 100% trust it? No, you would have to trust trust the issuer that Bitcoin was sent, and you can verify. You can go to the blockchain. You can check how many Bitcoins. You could verify the signature. The signature has the serial number on here. You're using an object that is obviously counterfeit proof, which would be actual fiat currency, right? So you could have fun with this, or anything with a unique serial number, like a computer, a phone. Your smartphone has a serial number on it, so your smartphone is an actual Bitcoin in physical reality. Amazing. So something I just want to share and play with, have some fun. Again, you could your refrigerator, your refrigerator. Yes, your refrigerator can become a Bitcoin. So yes, cold storage. 21 million. Yes, your freezer can become a Bitcoin, and it can be literally become a cold storage. You could burn it, and essentially you've burned a Bitcoin into a physical object. So essentially you would want to burn it for sure. And but the only problem is there's no way to verify that it's really been burnt. The way I'm talking about, or the way this discussed in the article, is you need somebody to issue and create that object to become a Bitcoin. So interesting article. Interesting article. Something to think about, and check it out. If you actually are able to do that, think about it. The Bitcoins would be on the blockchain, but you are physically moving Bitcoins around in the physical world. There's no transaction. You just get the money. If you're trading for money, you get the money, and you sold the Bitcoin. All right, you sold Bitcoin onto a physical, or you could burn a Bitcoin onto your car, onto your Lambo. Your Lambo has a VIN number, so you sell the Lambo plus whatever Bitcoin is burned onto that Lambo, so you can get a little bit extra money. So anything with some unique serial number that's hard to counterfeit, or you could take a dollar. You could take a dollar, burn a Bitcoin to the serial number, and you could sell that dollar for $100. Put $100 worth of Bitcoin, sell it for $101. I mean, why not? You can do that. It's possible, as long as someone's willing to accept it and able to use it. All right. You have to convince people to accept it and use it that way. So, anyways, all right. Let's go on to the next thing here. Okay, this is related, but not quite the same. This is CryptoGraffiti.info, and I found a use to use my Bitcoin Cash. If basically early in Bitcoin history, you were able to put whatever you want on the blockchain, right? Because the blocks were not, it was very cheap. It didn't cost anything. You could put text, you could put artwork, you could put pictures, you could put files on the blockchain. This is right here. Let me show you this. This is on, I think this is on the Bitcoin Cash blockchain. So if you are wondering what to do with your Bitcoin Cash, you can essentially make some artwork, ASCII or text or colored artwork, put that into the Bitcoin Cash blockchain, since they got a lot of room and it's cheap, and you could put something like this on it. This is nice artwork made by Black Birdie. You can see it right here, Black Birdie. Let's see if I can make this. Can I make this any bigger? No, it's only that size. And if you're wondering, there is a transaction ID right here, transaction details. So this is what it looks like. So this is CryptoGraffiti.info. If you want to put a text in onto the blockchain, not on the Bitcoin blockchain, it's probably going to be expensive. But if you want to do it on the Bitcoin Cash blockchain, and you have your Bitcoin Cash, here's a reason Here's a reason to spend it if you want to, or use it. So let me go to here. If you go to read, it reads some of the new. Let's see here. It's initializing, and it's making some sounds. This is Bcash. So someone put in a text here for Bcash, 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 Bcash. Disrespect me on the street and see what happens. Obviously, it looks like a middle finger. Some people put some text in here. The number. What's this? Roger Ver of Bitcoin Cash, Bcash, lose it. And there's a YouTube video right here. This is probably where he gives a middle finger to I think John Colavis Bitcoin Airlog video. Here's another text right here. There's some creative stuff coming in here. Donate to an address. I mean, you could put text in here on the blockchain. And this is probably, I think this is on the Bitcoin Cash blockchain. So you can see it scrolling and coming out. I don't know how long it takes for this to do this, but it eventually gets there. Jackie, let me see here. You could put a hold on. Jackie, I love you forever. Thanks for supporting me. CN. There you go. You can put some, it's on the blockchain forever. Hello world. New version of Bitcoin XT released. Here's a, this is interesting. This says, if you take a look at it, you can probably check it out, but it says Bitcoin Cash, and it looks like there's some Korean, it looks Korean right here. These symbols right here. You got to pull back and take a kind of look at it. And then it looks like, let me see here. It kind of looks like the background of the Korean flag. You can see the stripes here and here, and you can see the circle, the yin and yang symbol in the back. Somebody took a lot of effort to do this. And you see stripes here. And then I think this thing in the middle is someone doing some karate. It looks like someone doing some karate from what I could tell looking at it. It looks like they got a belt and they're doing some kind of karate move. Let's see, a lot of different things. So let's see what it takes to make one. So if I go over here to write, and so how can you use this to burn Bitcoin or Bitcoin Cash? You could do the same thing with Bitcoin Cash. You could take $1 and burn Bitcoin into it. And not only can you burn it, but you can actually like, you know, put in a message, put the serial number. But you could put like this serial number onto the Bitcoin Cash blockchain, right? Let me see here. What was that number? I'll have to go back. So the number was right here. Copy that message. And then, so here's another way. I don't know if you could do this on the Bitcoin blockchain, but you can do this on the Bitcoin Cash blockchain. So I'll put the serial number and dash $1. And let me see. Apparently, that's the address right there. It says it's 0.219 kilobytes, and the cost right here is going to cost me 7,196 Bitcoin Cash Satoshis. Apparently, I can attach a file, add a payment, select all addresses, preview. Let's save a preview. See, that's what it would look like on CryptoGraffiti. I think CryptoGraffiti, you're able to see it on their Explorer, however that thing is. Let's go back, and then I could save right here. I could save onto the blockchain. Let's see what it does. Okay. So your order is being processed. So I'm order number 401. Order number 401. Status accepted. All right, I'm status accepted. There's the address right here. Address right here. And then the amount in which I have to send to get my text onto the Bitcoin Cash blockchain. Because if you look here, it says Bitcoin Core rejected here, Bitcoin Cash accepted here. So let's see what happens if I just, what is it? It takes me to a news. It takes me to a news site. Okay. It takes me to their article. CryptoGraffiti rejects Bitcoin Core as BCH is now the only available payment method. All right. So it just takes me to an article. Okay, let's close that. I don't want to see that. Okay. And so you just send, so now you have a use for your Bitcoin Cash. I never thought I would ever use it. It says send a wrong number or wrong type of Bitcoins will not fill the order. By using this service, you agree not to save anything legal on the blockchain. In case of abuse, we may report your IP address to the police. So there you go. So that's how you get it done. Just showing you an example. So that's another way you can do that. You can actually send more. You can send more than that. Or you can send this value amount, whatever it costs. So you can actually burn it and then put that into the blockchain, the serial number, $1, and then you could turn this $1. This $1 is now backed by Bitcoin Cash, literally Bitcoin Cash, and then you can use that $1 in the physical world and pass it around. And as long as somebody accepts that $1 as also Bitcoin Cash, you've turned cryptocurrencies into a physical object. So just want to share that with you right there. All right, so the last thing I'm going to talk about here is Bitstamp. Bitstamp has basically Bitstamp is going to be trading Bitcoin Cash tomorrow. So dear customers, as promised, we will be commencing with Bitcoin Cash BCH trading tomorrow, 5 December. I think they meant December the 5th. Trading deposits and withdrawals will start at 11 a.m. UTC. I don't know what UTC is, so I'm not sure what exact time is, but UTC. And following 3 trading pairs will be available. BCH to BTC, BCH to Euro, and BCH to USD. As always, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and here on our website for all the latest news and updates as they are announced. Best, the Bitstamp team. So tomorrow we're gonna find out exactly how much Bitcoin Cash is really worth, and let's just check it out here. Let's just go to CoinMarketCap. Let's see how much, or let's go to live coin watch. I want to see a real ticker symbol here. Oh yeah, that's right. I set it on dark. All right, so Bitcoin Cash is at $15.33. So $15, $1,533. It's kind of down for the week. It's down for the week. So, but that's the current price right now. Once the Bitstamp exchange will become available, I'm wondering what the real price is, because so far I think Bitcoin Cash right here has really been limited in its value because it's only trading in Asian exchanges for the most part. And it seems like only people who had Bitcoin on those exchanges are able to trade it. And a lot of Bitcoin Cash is pretty much locked up in Coinbase at Bitstamp, BitMix will be dumping all their Bitcoin Cash for Bitcoin. So it'll be interesting to see what the real price of Bitcoin Cash is. And if you ask me, I think, probably now is the best time to get as much Bitcoin as you can. I mean, Bitcoin's already gone up. So unfortunately, if you haven't had Bitcoin Cash on the exchanges, you probably missed out on getting more Bitcoin. When it was at $2,500 and Bitcoin was at 5,000, you were able to get 0.5 Bitcoin at one point in time. That was probably the best time to dump your Bitcoin Cash, because right now your 0.5 Bitcoin would be worth almost $7,000, or I'm sorry, $6,000. So very interesting. Well, I don't know. Is it a Bitcoin Cash pump or is it a Bitcoin Cash dump? Because there's a lot of people who already have Bitcoin Cash. Like I have a Bitcoin Cash. Anybody who had Bitcoin at the time of the hard fork has Bitcoin Cash. So why would people want to buy more? Or maybe they'll trade in their Bitcoin for Bitcoin Cash. I think the pump has already started. But if it does pump up more and it does give you more Bitcoin, then obviously the people who are patiently waiting for the Bitcoin, quote unquote, Bitcoin Cash pump, are patiently waiting to get the maximum amount of Bitcoin. So people who are for the Bitcoin Cash supporters who are going to dump their Bitcoin, I don't know why you would do that. It's way more valuable, and you want to dump it to get Bitcoin Cash. The counter, right? The counter trade, the counter strike would be people who have, who are Bitcoin supporters. Well, they have Bitcoin Cash, and they're going to let the Bitcoin Cash people pump up the price by dumping their Bitcoin for Bitcoin Cash. And then after it gets pumped, all the Bitcoin supporters are going to take their Bitcoin Cash and then dump Bitcoin Cash to get more Bitcoin. So really, the price you're looking at now is probably going to be ending up to be the same, really. But it may give an opportunity for for people who are willing to trade that arbitrage to get more of the coins they want, get more Bitcoin or get more Bitcoin Cash. So it's really going to start separating the two groups from their Bitcoin or Bitcoin Cash. It's really going to start separating. So now the division, as more exchanges come on, the division's really going to start happening. All right, so let's, what are we going to talk about today here? Okay, let me close some of these now that we're talking here. All right, so all right, let's go to the Bitcoin fees. Let me see, how much time do I have? Okay, I'll do a chart analysis or Bitcoin Johos. I'll go Johos first. Okay, again, what you're seeing is around 6 to 8 o'clock New York time. You see transactions really picking up right here. You see right here about 6 a.m. New York time or Eastern Standard Time. And then it's continued on all the way until almost, actually this is, it kind of almost kept going, but still really started dropping around 6 p.m. New York time or Eastern Standard Time. Although the transaction amount has not dropped, it is still in the 10 to 20 Satoshis per byte. It's digging in there. Yesterday, it was digging into the, oh, nice. Okay. Into the 5 to 10 Satoshis per byte. Now you can see the different layers here. You can see the 1 transactions, 0 to 1 transaction, and then, or actually zero transactions, 0 to 1 transactions down here on the bottom. And then the blue here is actually 1 to 2 Satoshis per byte. This is 2 to 5 Satoshis, and this is 5 to 10 Satoshis. And so this one is 10 to 20 Satoshis. So right now you probably want to build up on the 10 to 20 Satoshis per byte. Anything above that will probably get you into the block sooner than later. Let me see how many total transactions. 36. So that's probably about 10,000 transactions on trade block. Yeah, 15, almost 16,000 transactions in the mempool here. It is going down, trending down, as you can see right here. And then, but the week, we're in the middle of the week, or the week, yeah, we're at the beginning of the week, so it's not that bad. It's better than the 60 to 100,000 transaction that was a couple weeks ago and last week. Let me see here. It's current price 11,575. So that's the current price of Bitcoin. All right, let's close that, and then let's go back to this here. So let me refresh this. All right, so let's refresh this here. All right, so I'll just name the tokens here by order of high priority to low priority to basically trade your altcoin for more Bitcoin. These are coins that I have as a proprietary formula trading bot. I don't have a trading bot, but most likely these are coins that you're probably going to get the most Bitcoin at this time or in the near future. So you should be looking for exit points to get the most Bitcoins for these altcoins. IOTA being the top one, XMR, Monero. I have to admit, Monero and Dash, from what I could do on my analysis, seem to be the 2 coins that you can actually consistently make more Bitcoins, in my opinion, all right? Because they tend to go up and down in Bitcoin value, which gives you an opportunity to enter and exit out of a trade, so you can actually short and go long on making more Bitcoin. And they're very consistent. They tend to go up and down in a range, although they do trend upwards, but in slow trending upwards. But you can probably you can short and get more Bitcoin and go long and get more Bitcoins. All right, and then Mona Coin. Mona Coin is just coming back for whatever reason, and they've made their 3rd on my short list. And then the Salt platform, Salt is 4th. 5th is Ardor. Ardor is coming back. It's always up and down, up and down. So if you're trading a range, this may be Ardor may be a good altcoin to trade a range on. Library credits, that's also another one that has come back. It was a little bit lower on the list, but it's up there now. Let me see. Litecoin. Litecoin's fallen down, but it's still moving around. EOS, Ethereum on steroids. Ethereum, EOS is a complete joke. But anyways, Pivx is another one here that you should be exiting or looking for an exit if you haven't already exited. Vertcoin is also another one. You should probably look for an exit on this one. Populous as well. ARC and Augur, REP is Augur. You should probably look for exit on that. And then Syscoin. That's on the bottom of my list, lower priority, Syscoin. So you should probably look for an exit. I'm not going to go over too much of the chart on these. I'll probably save that for another day. I want to get to a Bitcoin chart analysis here. So let's go to Bitcoin Wisdom, and let's have a look at what's going on. All right, so let's take a look at this. So far, from what I can tell, the price did pull back a little bit, but on the weekly, it is showing a green candlestick here. So as long as the spot price is higher than the weighted moving average here, I'll show you my settings. There's my settings. There's nothing fancy or unique. You can have these settings as well. All right. So as long as the spot price is above the moving average, it'll most likely keep going up. Although there is a huge gap between the spot price and the moving average, so there may be correction coming, but there's no way of when it will come. It's just either the gap is going to get bigger, or there's two scenarios: that there is a correction that's going to be coming, or the price will dramatically go up higher. So when you get the next candlestick for next week, for next week right here, this candlestick will dramatically go, like, I don't know, 20. Let's say it just goes up to 20,000. Let's just say by next week it makes another candlestick. This average will probably be pushed up to the bottom of this candlestick, and so hindsight 2020, it looks like, you know, you should have just bought at the bottom of this candlestick, like you did here or here. It just looks like it, but hindsight 2020, right now there's a gap. There's always a gap currently, but after a few candlesticks, it always looks like it you know, you should have just bought here and you should have bought here. Hindsight 2020 is always that way. So don't beat yourself up if you you look at this chart and go, well, it's pretty obvious I should have just bought when it hit the moving average. It doesn't always work that way. All right, so I'm just going to go back to my typical line drawings, just to indicate and show you how bullish this trend is. And shorting, your instincts or your fear tells you to short or sell all your Bitcoin now. But, you know, I want you to look at this. This is 2013. This is 2013. I'm just going to draw the line from the previous all-time high to the previous all-time high to the previous all-time high. There we go. So there you go. And most likely this trend will continue to go up. I had my short-term target price at 10,000. It's hit that, and it's above it. Next target price after this is 21,000. And if you see my previous videos, you understand why it's going to hit 21,000. Basically 7,000 times 3. All right, so that's what it looks like, and that's pretty strong. That is a very strong breakthrough on a top line uptrending channel. It's broken through that top line channel, top line trend line, and this is on a weekly. If this is on a monthly, it looks even bigger. And the month just ended a couple days ago, so I know it's a very big candlestick. I don't have a monthly on Bitcoin Wisdom. So when you get that penetration, it's going to be obvious that there's more upside to this trend. There is more upside. I mean, you have to conclude that. Will it pull back? Well, let's see where it would pull back if it does pull back. All right. So I'm looking on the weekly, and possible places where it could pull back is right at this moving average right here, which is almost at 9,000. So it's like whatever it is, I'll just say 9,000. It's a round number. You could put in limit orders a little bit below it, a little bit above it. I recommend putting a limit order up to wherever the spot price is, all the way down to 9,000 increments of whatever, 1 Bitcoin, 0.05 Bitcoin, 500 Satoshis, 5,000 Satoshis, whatever increment that you want to put in. Put that in there. And then you can average cost all the way down. But I think 9,000 is a good support because it is right here at this moving average, and it does cover that gap. It would cover this huge gap that we are seeing here. So that's another support. Another support area is at 7,000, where the original trend line is. If you could see that, this big original top trend line, upward moving channel that's broken through, clearly is broken through. So there's another support right here around that 7,000 price range. And then ultimately the next support is 5,300, around 5,300 is another support on this moving average. So those are some supports on a weekly. Let's go on to an hourly. Let's see what's happening on the hourly. Wow. Yeah, you don't even see the lines in the you don't even see that long trend line anymore. So hourly, let's see here. These are just some lines I'm going to put in, recent lines. All right, I'm going to put one up here on the previous all-time high. Let's see, let's get it up. There we go. All right, so all-time high line. All right, so here's what it looks like. Spot price is right here, and this is on an hourly. Prices to look out for is 10,800, also 10,500, and if there is going to be another support, let's just take the bottom of this. Ultimately, oh, there it is, 9,000. So that's probably on the weekly. That was the moving average support on the weekly. So 9,000 here is another one. So here's some supports for you if it does go down, which I don't know if it will. It's just, when people think it's going to go down and they make a short, you got to remember there's probably a lot of people thinking the same thing. But consider this: the majority does not make money in this game. The minority, the small group, all right, the 5%, the 1% make the money. The majority lose money. So if you're in the majority and you're looking at this and saying, "Oh, it's got to fall down in price," you may be wrong. Okay, you got to understand how this game works, how the psychology of a trader, and the people who take profits from other traders. This is a zero-sum game, so you got to consider that. And plus, exchanges, these are unregulated exchanges. They could look at the order book and see that most people expect the price to go down. Well, how do you make money on these exchanges? You extract money from the majority and give it to the minority, the small group of people that actually make money trading. So you have to consider that. All right, so let's go on to 12. All right, so I'm just looking at the 12 here. Yeah, you're pretty much seeing what I'm seeing, or as far as support and resistance here. Other than the lines that I've already mentioned, which is 7,000 right here. And then the 9,000, which is right here at the bottom of this 9,000, which happens to be the on a weekly, it's the moving average. And then here's another possible support right here, this moving average, which is at 9,800, around 9,800. So here's another support on this moving average. That's about it on the 12-hour. And let me just get rid of some of these lines here now, because there's no point in having them. But if you look at the spot price is higher than the short-term moving average. So whenever you see that, expect prices to go up. That's all I can say. Let's have a look on the 1 day. And even the 1 day, the long-term moving average here is almost at 9,000. So 9,000, there's probably really strong support. I see a lot of confluence here. Confluence meaning at different interval charts, different time frames, I'm seeing 9,000 being a support. And then here is, again, there is a gap here. You can see a gap between the spot price and the moving average. But again, it doesn't mean anything. And let me see what the moving average, 1,835. So if it is going to go down, there might be support right there. But again, the spot price is higher than the moving average, so the assumption is that it's going to go up. Candlestick now, but overall, you have to assume that it's just going to go up. And of course, on a 3 day, I think the 3 day, as far as the moving average and the candlestick, seems to really coincide the best. And in order for this moving average to touch the bottom of this green candlestick, this price has to go up higher to pull that average up. But there is a gap in here, and the price support here on the 3 day is almost 10,000, almost 10,000, a little bit above 10,000, a little bit above 10,000, maybe 10,100, but very close to 10,000 right here. And then you see the moving average here and the trend line at 7,000 right down here. So you see that it kind of works really well together. And then of course I did the 1 week already. 1 week looks good. The longer the longer time frame really takes the precedence over the shorter time frame. So, all right. So this pretty much concludes my my chart analysis here. So there's nothing else for me to look at. So far, it's over 11,000, and I'm not complaining. That's for sure. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and this. I'll show this cat. I'll show this 1-800-42 1-800-248 Spay. This should be a meme. I mean, literally, this is a meme. This is a meme about CryptoKitties. Obviously, you can tell this is it's a Ponzi pyramid, people. CryptoKitties is a Ponzi pyramid. Look at it. Just, oh gosh. Anyways, let me go to the actual meme for today. So don't get too greedy, people. Obviously, take your profits. ICO markets, they're dead. They're dying. And the SEC is going to come after recidivants out there, hungry recidivants who don't know when to stop. You should stop. Okay, if you're trying to do an ICO or you're thinking about doing an ICO, stop. Okay, stop. All right, They're coming after the most obvious, heinous, repeat, recidivist offenders out there. It's an easy conviction, shouldn't be too hard. Even people who don't understand cryptocurrency or a judge who doesn't understand cryptocurrency will probably convict the most, heinous of these belligerent and obviously scammers and fraudsters. So just stop. You know, just stop. If you got a product, make a product. If you need some seed money, use your own money to come up with something. And then if it's really that good, people will give you money. All right. It's pretty, like, just the ICOs that have happened. It's pretty obvious people are willing to, you know, be more than generous with uh, even donating to a project. So if you have something, uh, you know, put some effort and put your own time into it first. And most likely, if you have an actual working product, you'll probably get a decent money to continue on, and with some, seed funding and all that. It's not that hard. Everything's hot right now, so just come up with a decent product, and you might actually get decent money. But white paper and announcing a release token date is not enough anymore. You need something real, or else the SEC is going to come jumping on you. And this guy, all right, if you read the complaint, he got all his assets frozen, all of it frozen. All right, and just to let you know, most likely they've done a chain analysis on all the transactions of Litecoin, Ethereum, and Bitcoin, so they know exactly how much Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin he has. And on top of that, okay, don't insult the authorities by saying you were hacked. Okay, that's not going to fly because they already been watching. But they've probably been investigating this guy. All right, who the ICO guy, for like at least 6 months, 6 to 3, 4 months. And this guy's obviously blatant fraudster. So they're gonna get the easy, low-hanging fruit first, and after they're done doing that, I mean, it should be an easy conviction, right? Easy, very easy conviction. A rookie prosecutor could probably convict this guy. So after they're done with that, they're probably going to come after the more harder ones, the more bigger ones, the more complex ones. And so expect to see ICO and ERC20 tokens to start dying out a lot, tremendously a lot. All right. Anyways, this is going to conclude. This is going to conclude this episode. I'd like to thank everybody in the chat for sticking around and having fun. Let me see. My name is Craig Grant. This is my Bitcoin wallet. Uh, thanks for chatting it up. It's definitely fun having you in the chat. Pisces Traits Rules 373. Thanks for sticking around. The famous cryptocurrencies. You stuck around to the end. Appreciate it. FUD Machine. Welcome to the chat, and thanks for sticking around. Let's see who else. Igor Goldabon, or Igor Goldabin. Thank you. 21 Million Club. Really appreciate you sticking around. Dual Overhead Camness. Thank you. Buy Bitcoin if you're still around. Buy Bitcoin's someone in the chat. Also buy Bitcoin, by the way. And Brian McLaughlin. And let me see who else. X Games, if you're still around. Tomcat. Crypto Cotter. As well as, let's see who else is here. Is that everybody? I think that's, oh, Julie G. Let me see, who else was around? Oh, Richie Rich, thank you. Thank you for stopping by. All right, I'm just going through the chat. My goodness, everyone was chatting it up. All right. And oh yeah, gosh, I forgot your name again. But the guy who I bought my book from, oh my goodness. Sorry if I forgot your name by now. Oh, geez. Anyways, thank you all for being in the chat. I really appreciate it. Feel free to like, dislike, leave a comment after the live stream. Also, do a video response. Until next time, everyone, stay tuned. Bye.